Hello, Libra, and welcome to your reading for the week of February 6th through 12th, 2024. This is a reading if you are Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, or have some other kind of significant Libra placement in your chart. If you're returning to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you back. If you are new to the channel, welcome also, and I do hope that you find these readings helpful. If you do find that you like this reading, if you find that it resonates with you, then do please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notification. I usually put videos out on Mondays. It's possible I could switch that schedule up a bit just to try to spread things out during the week in the future. I'm not sure about that yet, but in any case, for now, at least they come out on Mondays, but at least if you hit that bell notification, you will be notified as soon as I post a new video. If you find that this reading is not helpful to you, if you're looking at it and saying, gee, I don't know if this really pertains to me, then you might need to check out a video for some other aspect of your chart. So for instance, if you are a Libra Sun, maybe you need to look at the reading for your rising sign, for your moon, or whatever else, whatever significant aspect in your chart. If you have a lot of something in your chart, that might be what you need to look at. Links down in the description below. I have a PayPal donation link for those who are interested. Sometimes people do want to donate. Obviously, nobody's obliged to do that. And I also have a link to my coaching website, which is called liminalreiki.com. My actual business is called Transition Life Coaching. And there's also links to my social media down in the description box below as well. Okay, so if you're not familiar with how I do these readings, I do the 12 houses of astrology. I try to give the most broad translation of the elements in each house for you. So for instance, if the 5th house has to do with creativity, children, and love affairs, obviously, like if you're a married person without kids, 2 of those aspects may not apply to you. Okay, so take the ones that apply to you and leave the rest, because it's a general reading. I have to kind of give a blanket interpretation for everybody. I use the cartouche cards, which are these cards here. It's an Egyptian deck. I clarify the reading with tarot. And this is the deck I'm using this week, which is the Angel Tarot by Travis McHenry. And I usually finish up in the end with an oracle reading. And this week we are using the Fairies Oracle, Brian Froud's Fairies Oracle, to give an extra card to kind of sum it up. All right, so let's begin with the first house. This is Aries energy, because it's how your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. And you have the twins with the 9 of Pentacles, which is interesting because these are sort of opposite energies. 9 of Pentacles has to do with, the twins, obviously, this is the idea of reflecting the personality of another, or perhaps sometimes this comes up when people are in love. It'll come up because you may be finding that you're reflecting the personality of another person. Sometimes this can indicate projections between people too, or the idea that maybe you are showing off 2 different sides of yourself to people, okay? So the twins, you could be, behaving one way in one circumstances and a different way in another one. So you may be showing different faces to people. The reason I say it's kind of opposite to the 9 of Pentacles is because 9 of Pentacles, certainly as an attribute, it has to do with singleness or independence. So we have this idea of your personality being influenced by another, and this personality is independent. So it's weird. It's kind of funny that they're opposites there. But the 9 of Pentacles definitely does convey somebody who has independence, somebody who is secure financially and otherwise. Someone has enough potentially to share with others, because the person with the 9 of Pentacles always has plenty around them. Although this is a card of just being independent, being sovereign, and kind of being in your own power. So it's quite possibly what this is saying here is that you are definitely feeling much more independent, more secure in yourself, or maybe need to work towards doing that. This could be saying, maybe you are split in a way, and this is what you want to get to. It can also indicate that maybe sometimes part of that aspect of independence is saying, people maybe who you feel don't have your best interests at heart, or people who maybe you feel are not understanding who you are or where you're at. Again, you may show one face to one person and another face to somebody else. So that might be part of what's going on here too. Which would suggest to me that more recently, maybe you've had some personal breakthroughs, and maybe you are feeling more secure in who you are, and maybe more secure even in your your financial life, your home life, whatever. I mean, there's definitely this need of sort of claiming your own power here, and maybe sometimes maybe you do have to behave differently, or shapeshift maybe is the right word, with people who you don't feel are going to understand you, as a changed person, and you don't want to let other people come in and influence you and tell you how you should be, what your identity should be. You should be authentic to yourself. So I feel like this is a move towards authenticity. Your second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with your finances, your values, your possessions. It's a strong Venus energy. Okay, so you have Anubis with the Tower. So the Tower can indicate, for some of you, maybe there's been a shakeup. Maybe there's been a crisis. Maybe there's been, with your money of some type. Maybe a sudden big expense has come up, and maybe if you have a nice savings account, maybe you're like, oh no, this maybe is going to affect, what I have, in the bank. Or it could sometimes, or again, there's just this element of something unexpected coming around finances. For some people, this could be a job loss. Again, not going to be the same for everybody. Or it could just be a realization about something. The Tower basically breaks down what's false and brings us to a point of truth. So if it's showing up here, then there's some kind of a shakeup or some reason to look at your financial situation and get to the truth of something, and not try to kind of live in a bubble and and avoid maybe what's going on, because maybe there is something that you need to address. But nonetheless, the Tower doesn't always have to be a bad card, because I feel like in the end, it gets rid of anything. Maybe there's somebody taking money from you. Maybe, maybe you're being scammed by somebody or something. It basically, there's this idea of getting to the truth of a situation connected to your finances. Now, you do have it with Anubis, okay? So Anubis also is about getting clear on the truth, but this is also a card of protection. So I feel like whatever's happening here, you are protected. Like, I don't feel like you're about to lose all your money or anything like that. I don't feel like it's going to be that kind of a catastrophe. Or maybe if you believe that this shakeup could be something cataclysmic in that way, this would be suggesting that you are in fact protected. So, so basically, Anubis is sort of your guide here to help navigate you through whatever the situation might be. But the Tower, it's when I first learned to read tarot back in the 80s, it used to freak me out every time I saw the Tower. I was like, oh no. But as over the years of looking at it, I sometimes just find that the Tower is just a moment when we wake up to something. It doesn't have to mean that everything's going to come crashing around us. It can often just mean that we may look at the way we're doing something and say, oh, look at all the money I'm wasting on that. Now I'm going to stop doing that. It's just waking us up to a situation so that we can create a better and a true situation. And sometimes the Tower is good. Sometimes the Tower shows up when just something comes in like a flash of light. So for some of you, maybe this is even like a financial opportunity that's totally unexpected that comes in. Tower is on a spectrum here. But with the Anubis card, there's definitely this sense of protection. So I don't know. I'm more inclined to feel that this may be a situation where you feel like there's something that's threatening. But this is assuring you that there is protection, and that this is going to lead you to a more stable and secure place once you've gotten rid of what's not real, what's not true, what doesn't belong here. Okay, third house is Gemini energy. So this is messages, communications of all kinds. This is about self-effort. So if you are on your own business, this would be the house of connected to that. It can be connected to short-term travel, short-distance travel. And also it's connected to sibling relationships, like relationships between brothers and sisters. So whatever I tell you here, whichever of those areas it resonates for you. Okay, so we have the winged disc with the Page of Swords. Okay, now what I find as I'm doing these readings is that sometimes what I'm seeing here starts to form a pattern. Okay, so the winged disc. Okay, a Page of Swords is there. Okay, there's a couple possibilities here. On the more positive end, Page of Swords can indicate contracts to be signed, okay? And Winged Disc is a card of success and overcoming obstacles. So I feel like this is good news that's coming in for you, or some kind of business success. With the Page of Swords, though, the Page of Swords can indicate, like I said, it could be a contract or documents to be signed, in which case it's a good thing that you're doing that. But Page of Swords can also indicate, like, the Page of Swords is a card of like scandal and gossip and people watching, and people watching, again, it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. If people are saying things about you behind your back that are not true, or really in front of your back, right? Behind your back was always a weird expression to me because it's behind your back, then it's to your face, right? But anyway, but you feel could be this idea of somebody, being gossipy or slandery or something like that, or just people talking about you. But it doesn't have to be people talking about you in a negative way. It could just be somebody who's been watching what you're doing on the sidelines. Sometimes you have to watch out because sometimes the Page of Swords can represent a manipulative person, somebody who isn't representing something truthfully, like they're giving you a message. So Page of Swords would indicate probably the most general meaning is that you need more information on something. Okay? But the fact that you have it with the winged discs, there's one or two possibilities here. Either this Page of Swords, again, just like I'm seeing this unexpected tower energy, could be actually bringing good news, or whatever's happening is actually a positive thing, not a negative thing. Like maybe somebody's been watching in the background and going, hey, I've been watching what you're doing, I like it, and I want to offer you this. I mean, it could be something like that. If the Page of Swords is bringing a negative message, then the winged disc would say, don't worry about it, because whatever it is, you're going to solve it, and you're going to overcome it, and the effects of this are not going to affect you. So again, it's either a successful contract being signed, it could be a situation where something's going on that you're not seeing everything, and either this is going to bring you good news, or if you feel that it's bringing you bad news or something dodgy is about it, then this is saying you will sort things out and overcome things, and you will be successful. So regardless of what's happening here, you're going to be successful. And I feel like that might relate to the Tower. Maybe there's something going on. Maybe if you're in your own business, for instance, maybe you did something and you thought that this was going to be like, and maybe now you're worried that it's not going to be, that this person's not who they represented themselves as. So now maybe you're worried about this Tower moment. But the fact, again, that I have the protection card and I have the winged disc here, I just feel like there may be some kind of a questionable situation here. And ultimately, I think it's saying you're going to be fine. Okay, fourth house is Cancer energy. Cancer has to do with your home, your environment, your family, your sense of security. And you have Osiris with the High Priestess. Okay, so High Priestess, again, there's this energy of somebody, like something hidden, somebody not telling you something. Now, the fact that I see the Page of Swords in the house next door makes me think that this could be a family member. This could be an issue with a family member, okay? Maybe there's something that you're learning there, something that somebody hasn't told you. Now with Osiris energy, is at its base, it's about stability, okay? So there's strong father energy associated with this, although this is the house of the mother. So I don't know, for some of you, this could have to do with your father or your father's side of the family too, potentially. Maybe something that's not being told to you. Maybe something that you're worried about. Maybe you're feeling like there's some malicious gossip going on or something. But again, with the winged disc and also with Osiris, I feel like no, whatever may or may not be going on, things are going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You have a stable situation. For some of you, maybe your father does have your back in some way. I don't know, but that's coming up for me a lot. Osiris doesn't have to be the father, but I'm feeling that very strongly. It could also be a fire sign person, Sag or Aries or something like that, particularly. But again, that does not have to be the case either. Whatever the situation is, the other possibility here is if there's not any kind of family drama going on, it may just be saying that you have a stable situation, you're putting down roots. If you're thinking of moving, this is generally a card that indicates, I don't feel like you're moving yet, or maybe you've just moved and you're putting down roots, okay? Could go either way, but this is generally not, I don't generally associate this card with moving if you think that's something you've been wanting to do, at least not yet. But the High Priestess then in that case would indicate some kind of a hidden situation and perhaps some reason to wait on something. Because I feel like, again, this idea of getting information, I feel like there's more information that you need on some kind of a situation. And even with the Tower here, I feel like there's a need to get to truth. So somehow this is connected with either home, family, or finances, but there's some truth that you need to get to here. The High Priestess, though, this can be telling you that to focus in on your intuition. I definitely feel intuition is important here, so that your mind doesn't run away and make you think either a situation is worse than it is, or make you feel like there's no way out of a situation, or I just feel like you want to try to focus more in on what your inner voice is saying in whatever this situation is. Again, I don't want to imply that this is all going to be a bad situation, but there could be some kind of drama or something going on here where maybe you feel like something is being said behind your back, or maybe you feel like you're being offered information or opportunity that maybe you can't trust in some way. Maybe there is worries about your finances. But overall, I just feel like, I'm seeing protection, I'm seeing success, and I'm seeing stability. So I just don't think that whatever these dodgy energies are here, that they're ultimately going to create a problem for you. I think it's something you're up to whatever it is, you're up to the challenge, and you will have, success and stability. Okay, so let's go to the 5th house. This is Leo energy. And this is the house I was saying before: creativity, children, love affairs, also recreation and leisure, so things that you do for fun. Okay, so we have Seth here. So I don't know, maybe our problem is here. So this can have to do, okay, so remember there's three main possibilities here. This could have to do with a child, okay? This could have to do with a love affair, or maybe somebody you've been dating or thinking about dating. This could also have to do with a creative project that you're working on, or maybe even something connected to recreation and leisure, like something that you do, something that you were planning. Maybe something went awry when you were trying to, plan doing something for fun. I don't know. Again, different for every person watching this. The connecting card with this is Urias, okay? Because when we draw Seth, we always draw a second card. Urias is, okay, so Urias is again this element of the unexpected. And again, with the Tower, with the Page of Swords, with the High Priestess, there's definitely, you feel like there's been something going on there's something that I feel like you're anxious about, okay? Now, Urias, okay, first off, Urias, if there is anybody with bad intentions, this would be saying you're going to outwit whoever that person is. This is conquering your enemies, okay? So you don't need to worry about that aspect of it. But Urias also means, and I find this most often in readings, is that it means something is not as bad as you think it is, which completely jives with what I'm seeing here. I feel like there's anxiety. I feel like maybe there's fear of losing financially. And maybe this is connected to, again, if it's not connected to a child or to a love affair, this could be connected to a creative project, okay? Maybe if you are somebody who does creative work, maybe you have your own business doing creative work, maybe you're scared that something has happened here that's maybe going to compromise that. Maybe you've invested something and thought, no, this is not what I should have invested in. It didn't work out. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities here. Now, if you don't think it connects in with any of this stuff, if you say, well, gee, that doesn't seem to be the thing, and let's just say there is a love affair situation where maybe you're facing obstacles and things, then, let's just say you're single and you're interested in somebody, or you're dating somebody and you're like, oh, I don't know, there's seems to be a lot of anxiety, a lot of difficulties here. Urias would be saying to me that you need to, well, first of all, maybe that things are not what they appear to be. This could be a situation that's going to be resolved in an unexpected manner, because Urias brings the unexpected a lot of the time. And again, there could just be this sense of, there's a strong sense here of needing to make sure you have all the information. Now, the card from the tarot that comes with it we have is the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is about new opportunity. Again, this is very financial. So I feel, I don't know, this could be a new business opportunity. This could be a new income stream. And okay, so I feel like maybe there's something, those of you maybe who work creatively or who are working on something, or again, maybe this is connected to a lover or to a child, again, that there's some kind of situation where there's like a new financial opportunity, but you may be doubting it. You may be thinking there's something dodgy here, okay? And again, I think the overall piece of advice here is whatever new financial opportunities, the fact that I'm seeing the Tower over here, this could be saying there's a new financial opportunity. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know, maybe this is too good to be true. But I think overall there's definitely a sense that if you're looking at a particular negative, it may be saying it's not as bad as you think it is. And either way, if you have a strong intuition of, oh no, I whatever this is, I do think it's bad, I don't want to get involved in it. Okay, well, obviously, I think your intuition is the thing you need to listen to here. But I also think that you need to make sure you have all the information, and have the big picture on a situation before you say yes or no to it. Okay. Okay, next house is Virgo. So this has to do with your health. It has to do with worry, the house of worry. It's the house of a job. If you work at a job, this is the house of service, as they call it. It can have to do with pets too. Okay, so we've got Horus with the Ace of Swords. So again, we have messages coming in here with the Ace of Swords. So I feel like you are, again, there's some new information, there's clarity that's being brought in. So this is either related to a health situation or to a work situation, I think. Now, maybe this is just what you're worried about, because the Tower to me has a lot of, there's certain elements of the Ace of Swords that remind me of the Tower in the sense that it can be unexpected information that comes in and that just clarifies everything right away. Now, Horus can have to do with health. Typically, this is a card of good health. So I don't know. I'm not seeing a health problem for somebody here. If health is a worry or a concern, then I don't, I'm looking at the 8th house too. I don't think, some worries might be about health for some of you, and this would be saying that there's good health. So I don't think that that's an issue here. For some reason, I'm feeling like this Ace of Swords may have more to do with a job situation. Okay, maybe it has to do with your own creative work in connection with a job, with something that you're doing. I don't know. Just looking at the barriers here and here. But there's something here that you're concerned about. Horus can have to do with health and healing, especially in the 6th house. But I also feel like this has to do with heroics, like somebody who is recognized, somebody who is popular, somebody who has charm and charisma. So again, this could be you. I'm feeling like there's some new thing coming in that's kind of rocking the boat. It's showing up. We're straight across the line here. And some of these have to do with new beginnings because we have 2 aces here. And yeah, so I don't know. It just seems like something's new is coming in and it has you a little bit rattled, a little bit concerned about things. But all of the cards connecting with it are cards that showing that you are on the right track and that you are in a position to overcome obstacles, and that what appears to be a bad thing might potentially be it may be a situation where you need to look at something differently. So, so let's move on and see what else comes up here, because this is interesting how this seems to be coming together here. It's going to end up being a very personal reading. And what the heck? Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm just looking ahead and just want to note you have all 4 aces in this reading. So you are definitely in a situation of new things happening. So this is your own energy, Libra. This is the house of relationships, usually legalized partnerships, contracts, marriages, anything that might involve legal contracts. Okay, and you have Sirius here. So for some of you, if this is about love, this would be a strong and physically attractive partner. Okay, that could just be the thing. Maybe that's somebody you're interested in. Maybe somebody you're thinking about a long-term relationship with. But Sirius, if you're already in a relationship, or if a relationship, like a marriage relationship or something, isn't on the table, or maybe this has to do with a business partnership, Sirius would indicate a situation where you need to take the rough with the smooth. By the way, if you're married, this could also have to do with your spouse. But some kind of situation that requires some kind of strength. It could be physical strength. It could be mental strength, because this is a card associated with Aquarius energy. And so this may be about thinking outside the box. Maybe this involves partnering with somebody to help you think outside the box or to expand your horizons. And indeed, you have it with the Ace of Wands. So for some of you, this could be a passionate new love affair. You've got an ace here and an ace here. So maybe there is something new and passionate coming up. Maybe it's something you're concerned about. Maybe you're thinking, oh, maybe this person isn't trustworthy. And maybe it's saying, something is not the way it looks. Maybe things are fine. So yeah, it seems like there may be something here that needs to be worked through in that sense. That's possible. But Ace of Wands, if it doesn't have to do with love or passion, then it's definitely like, being gung-ho on working with someone on a new project or something. And that seems like a strong possibility here as well. So so there's a newness here in your relationships houses, in your work houses, even in your health house. And okay, this just jumped into my head. So this doesn't always happen. This jumped into my head because I'm looking at all these aces straight across here. I'm looking at what's going on over here. And I'm looking at the Tower over here. Now, what I think is happening here is that you are now all these new opportunities that you are not expecting are opening up. And right now you may have been in a space where you feel like maybe you're not quite ready for change, or you've been comfortable where you are. I have a feeling like you've been uncomfortable, but comfortable enough. It's a case of sort of the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. I think that's what's going on here. I think you have a great fear. I think you may have some great opportunities to do something, maybe even something on your own. I mean, and maybe in your own business, maybe if you've worked for somebody, there's a new opportunity here. But I think maybe you are worried that your finances are going to collapse. That's what I think is going on here. But this is trying to tell you, no, new opportunities are coming in. Don't be suspicious of them. I think that's part of the message here. Okay, let's go to your Scorpio house, 8th house. This is transformations of all kinds, birth, death, esoteric and kind of deeper stuff that goes on there, as well as other people's money. Okay, so we have Hathor with the 5 of Swords. So yeah, Hathor, this is definitely a card about, this is strong feminine energy. So this is energy of passivity to me in this house. This has more to do with the anima, has to do with inspiration. If this is a woman's reading, then Hathor could indicate, you stepping into your own feminine energy. And even for a man, this would be about, claiming that feminine power. And really, when I think of feminine power, at least in the Western sense, there's that receptivity, intuition, passivity, allowing things to come to you rather than trying to control everything. Okay? So I feel like you are at a time maybe when things are coming to you. And what's coming to you is having you, this is about you getting organized, getting secure, getting things together. Hathor has to do with work that is usually associated with women or the feminine. So maybe this has to do with some domestic thing. Maybe somebody's going, somebody who might be going into opening a bakery, or somebody maybe who works in fashion or sewing or something like that, or works in aesthetics, does facials, hair, things like that. There's a strong energy of that connected with Hathor. So if you're in one of those professions, this could be connected to that. But again, that doesn't necessarily have to apply. This could just be saying, tapping into that feminine energy, which is that energy of allowing things to flow to you, not trying to control things, and at the same time, getting organized and creating this stable foundation. You have it with the 5 of Swords. So yeah, 5 of Swords says to me that there's some self-limitation going on here. You feel like giving up and walking away from something, okay? And from everything that I'm seeing here, and again, maybe this does have to do with somebody else's money. I don't know. And maybe this is a female figure that's connected to. So you can take that as it resonates or not. But overall, 5 of Swords indicates limitations. It's somebody throwing their sword down and saying, I give up. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because sometimes then when we do give up on something, we allow it to flow. And I have a feeling opportunities are going to be flowing in, but you may be restricting yourself. You may be saying, I can't do this. I'm defeated. I can't do this. And the way that I'm reading this whole thing, it's saying, no, you're not defeated at all. What's happening is something has come to an end, but you're still kind of living in that space of what came before. So you're restricting yourself here. There's definitely a need to allow yourself to open up to that feminine side, whatever that is, and allow things to flow through you. Allow your feelings to tell you what's going on. Allowing your intuition to tell you what's going on. I feel very strongly that this is a limitation. This is a time for you to be breaking those limitations. Okay, there's no reason for you to be limited at this point. But this is more, a lot of the cards of mental energy here are ones that I'm seeing so far that they're more fear responses than they are things that are actually going on. There's just worries about what other people are going to think. Worries about money. That maybe, again, this idea of showing 2 different sides of yourself to somebody. I feel like there's you're very suspicious right now, Libra, of somebody or something. And this may be causing you to limit yourself in a way that you shouldn't be doing right now. You should be allowing yourself to open up. Okay, ninth house is Sagittarius energy. Sag is about expansion, so long distance travel. It's about higher education and educational institutions. It's about religion and religious institutions. Anything that has to do with deeper thought, meaning of life type stuff, as opposed to more mundane things of the third house. But also, like I said, anything. It doesn't have to be a university necessarily. It could also just be you taking a course or getting a certification or something as well. But it's connected. That's what the house is about. The cards you have here are Thoth and the Chariot. Okay. Okay, so Thoth does have a very strong higher ed component. It has a writing component. So for some people, this may be a writing or publishing project that is connected with this. But Thoth also, to me, more fundamentally, especially in this house, has to do with timing. So I feel like the time is right for you to expand, especially with the Chariot, which is Cancer energy here. The Chariot is not only taking control of your chariot, but get up and go. I mean, this is definitely, if you're thinking of traveling long distance, then this is definitely saying that you're going to. And I don't know, I feel like there's something here. There's a sense of picking up and moving on from something, expanding your horizons, getting out of where you are. This could be, I feel like the word said related to education is kind of in my mind. So I don't know, maybe some of you are finishing school, maybe some of you are getting away from a school situation, or maybe from a church or from something like that. There may be something that you're moving on from, something where you are taking control of your energy here. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is moving on from something, fundamentally because you have healed something and it's the right time. Okay. And I feel like it's connected to all these new opportunities we're seeing down here. Like you definitely have the chance to, whether you're traveling or not, but I feel many of you definitely are, that this is going to be like a game changer. Like the timing is right for something and you're going to be moving ahead. Maybe you're going to take another job somewhere far away. Maybe something's going to happen on some kind of long trip that's going to be monumentous. Thoth can indicate people who are going to do good turns to you as well. So there could be somebody here who, does you what we call the karmic good turn. We have Capricorn energy next in the 10th house. And this is about your fame, your reputation, your career, what you want to be known for. This is father energy as well. And this is what I said. Here's the fourth ace, the Ace of Cups with the crook and flail. So yeah, crook and flail indicates you becoming visible and known. For some of you, this is a job promotion. For others, it could just be that whatever it is you're doing, you're being seen for it. And this is going to bring about a new beginning, possibly a new beginning in love with Ace of Cups, but it could also just be a new beginning in which you are finally in a space where you're living the life you want and doing what you love, because Cups to me is mainly about what is emotionally satisfying. This has to do with feelings. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely a new beginning coming here. Now, this could mean leaving a job for some of you for something, but whatever you're moving into, you're either considered to be an authority or you're very visible. With Horus down here, with Horus and this card, I feel like this is a card of popularity. Like maybe you're doing some kind of a thing, maybe you're trying to get a business off the ground and you're suddenly going to become very popular. You've got it with these aces too. There's just some big change coming. I feel like this has to do with career. This could be connected to your business relations with others, potentially. There is some good news coming in, and I don't know. Again, I feel like, this is all telling you that you are moving towards, I feel like you're moving towards your destiny here, Libra, honestly. Let's look at your 11th house. This is Aquarius energy. This is your friendships, social networks, your goals, your destiny. Yeah, okay. So we have Ta with 7 of Swords. So again, you've got not all of the suspicion cards, but many of them. So I feel like there may be a friend or a family member, somebody in your network who may be with 7 of Swords, who you feel, again, this is like the Page of Swords energy. Maybe you're feeling that somebody is stabbing you in the back or being manipulative or is trying to sabotage a situation. And especially since this card is across from Urias with Seth in this house. Yeah, there's definitely a strong sense here that you feel that maybe you're being jerked around by somebody, or maybe you feel someone doesn't have your best interest, or again, just like we have with the High Priestess and the Page of Swords, like somebody's not telling you something.
Now we have it with Ta, which is Capricorn energy. So this could have to do with a Capricorn. It could just have to do with a man or a male presence, because this is strong male energy. But it also could have to do with, this is the master craftsman. So this could be connected. The fact that I'm seeing it connected to the creativity house, maybe this is something you do, or something that you're creating, or something that that you feel, you have all these new opportunities, and maybe you feel like somebody's going to sabotage you. Or maybe the sabotage may be coming out of this particular space. But overall, I'm feeling like, and it could be self-sabotage too. I mean, that's not out of the question. But this is telling you, I mean, Ta, to me, if it doesn't have to do with a person, it definitely has to do with the idea of suggesting that you are a master craftsman of some type. You are a master of creating your own destiny, of building your own foundation. And you want to keep persistently plodding ahead and building it, because you've got all these positive new beginnings coming in. You've got movement, you've got change. And oh boy, I'm looking at the 12th house here, and there's even more. Okay. 12th house is Pisces energy. So this is about what you're afraid of. This may be about what's hidden, what's unconscious, what you don't show to people. And you've got fire here. So fire could be hidden anger, hidden resentment. It could just be an inspiration as well. But I feel like there's a need to purge, a need to get rid of what doesn't belong. But the word anger came into my mind here. So I feel like unconsciously you may be bottling up some resentments or emotions towards a person and situation. And you have it with the world. So the world would definitely say it's time to bring this to an end. The world, again, you've got all these beginning cards. This is about successfully concluding something. So I feel like there is something you need to walk away from. Maybe it's connected to a job or career, because I feel like there's some family influence here too. But there's a job and career situation here that you are most definitely, you've got, like I said, you've got all four aces. You are on the road to doing something brand new. And I think there's a fear, especially with the tower over here and things like that. Maybe right now you are feeling financially secure, and you're saying, oh, if I make a change, this bad thing's going to happen. And it's just a fear of allowing something to finish. It's time for something to finish. We have Thoth up here. It's time for something to finish, and you're resisting that. You're saying you're afraid of what the results are going to be. And there's some very, very strong emotions about this. Like I said, fire can indicate, anger or resentment playing a role somehow. Maybe it's anger at certain people. Maybe it's just the intensity of something that you're, kind of maybe afraid of, or whether or not you're going to have inspiration for something, because, in the creativity house, when we see Seth, maybe you feel blocked in inspiration. But nonetheless, no, you're definitely moving towards some kind of a successful ending here. And wow, overall, you have water with the 10 of Swords. So water, yes, this is definitely a time of change, definitely a time to be tapping into your emotions, to your intuitive side. You have it with the 10 of Swords. Okay, yeah, something is definitely done, definitely over. This could be connected to your finances in some way. But I'm seeing a whole lot in the area of your creativity, and with the work that you're doing. You've got the aces, all the aces in your work, and also in your partnerships with others. I feel like like there is somebody you can work with here, but I feel like there's maybe some pent up anger or resentment or fear that is connected to this idea that somebody, either you're sabotaging yourself, or maybe you think they're trying to sabotage you. Or somebody, there's some aspect of something that you don't know, but and I think you are concerned about what this is going to do for your stability. But no, it is most definitely time to end something here with the Tower. The 10 of Swords. Let's see what the fairy cards say. This is our extra oracle for the week. I always draw an extra card. So what does Libra need to know this week? Let's see. Okay. So we have Mick the Myomancer and the Singer of Courage. Well, the Singer of Courage is pretty obvious. So yeah, there's a situation here in which you want to courageously move ahead. You do not want this 5 of Swords energy that is holding you back. And Mick the Myomancer says, pay attention to details. Okay, there does seem to be something hidden here, but but it's basically, it's saying the answer to whatever it is that's concerning you is in the small things, not in the big things. Okay. And so I have a feeling, yeah, you may be seeing something in, as being a crisis, but the truth is actually going to be in the details here. And this is the Singer of Courage. So this is saying, have the courage to break through limiting beliefs. And it's interesting is I feel like the Singer of Courage is connected to childhood beliefs, okay? Things that maybe we have believed since we were kids about ourselves and about the world and about success. And it's time to get past that. But the answers you're seeking are going to be in the small things right now, not the big things. I hope this reading was helpful for you this week, Libra. If you're new to this channel, or if you haven't subscribed and you do find these readings helpful, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. And I hope you have a great week. I actually think, in spite of the kind of unease you might have about a situation, I do feel like actually you are on the track for big success here and for new beginnings. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.